What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and I'm glad to be back to work here at Baz on Blades. Thank you to everybody for your patience. Many of my viewers may or may not know that I've been dealing with a death in my family for the last couple of months, and it's a pretty central character to my life. Hell, it was my dad that passed away, and thank you all for your kind words. But we have to move on in life, and it's time for Baz on Blades to get back to things here at Baz on Blades, because that's the name of the channel and what I call myself here on the channel. So we're like one and the same. So we're going to do a little bit of a weird video today, and this is another one I'm going to put out there for Jeffrey Orthopedic, who likes to torture me by sending me link after link after link. I went back and I recounted. He has sent me approximately 7.5 million links, approximately, give or take, to product from this company that I no longer do reviews for, because literally 100% of the knives that I've gotten from this company have been bad. They have been shabbily manufactured. They have all had mechanical and or safety issues. All of them 100%, including the knife we're going to look at today. And I'm going to title this video, I think, what it's like when a crap company has a good design. And that's what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about the Artisan Cutlery Arian folder. This was actually a very popular model for Artisan Cutlery. This particular one is a White Mountain Knives exclusive version in green canvas micarta, AR RPM 9 blade steel, all black hardware on it, deep carry pocket clip. This is not going to be a review. I've already done a review on this knife. In fact, I did a review 2 years ago, and I will link that in the description section of this video and in the pinned comment. In the comment section, please take a little bit of time, go back and watch that video if you have not already seen it. Very quick specs on this. This is a full-size folding knife. You're looking at a 3 5/8 inch blade length. That's about 9 centimeters. Your overall length, 8 3/8 of an inch. Or 21 centimeters, and the weight is 4.06 ounces or 115 grams. As I said, this is in AR RPM 9 stainless steel. This is it is an Artisan steel. It is their ownership of this steel. It is a powder metallurgy steel. And it is basically, from what I understand, it is a crossbreed of D2 and 14C. And basically, after having this knife for a couple of years, and actually, even though I do no longer review product from this company, I have carried this knife quite a bit at work. It is very easy to carry because of the design, and that is what we're going to talk about here today. When a crap company does a great design. Now, as I said before, 100% of every knife I've ever gotten from Artisan Cutlery or CJRB has been bad, including this knife. If you go back 2 years to the original review, you're going to find out this knife came out of the box with terrible centering, and the centering was off to the lock side of the knife, to the lock side, and that is typically not how the centering on a folding knife is when it is off. Typically, if your centering is off, it will be away from the lock side because the pressure from the lock is pushing the blade over. This time, the blade was toward the lock side, and typically what that means is there is something on the knife that is not flat or square, i.e. straight. So I disassembled this knife. I took off any burrs we would have up here around the pivot, and then I put the liners and the scales on a flat plate to check to see how flat they were. Neither one of the liners were flat at all, and that was the reason the knife was off center. So I had to straighten the liners and put the knife back together, test it, take it apart, straighten on the liners, put the knife back together, test it 3 or 4 times to get the centering in. Excuse me. And you can see that I did do that. The centering is pretty decent on it now. Originally, I had planned on not keeping this knife and using it in a giveaway, but I cannot, or I could not, or I will not use a defective knife for a giveaway. I just had the most terrible idea that this knife was going to go out to somebody, the lock was going to fail because the frame was bent and I tweaked it, and then somebody would come back to me saying, Baz on Blades, I accidentally cut my head off with this knife because the lock failed. I don't know how you cut your head off. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. Apparently you didn't die because you sent me an email complaining about it. But nevertheless, you did cut your head off because I sent you a faulty knife. So I could not send the knife out. I decided to keep it for utilitarian use. And I have, even though I originally did not really care for this wide, very thin and flat design, I came very much to appreciate this design. It is super easy to carry. When this knife is folded and it is down in your pocket, it is very thin, very flat. You've got a deep carry pocket clip on it. When it goes down in the pocket, it's easy to reach by it, put in your hand down in your pocket. It's like it's barely there. You don't lose the pocket space totally to the knife. So I really like that about the knife. I also like that it's got a nice wide primary grind, this flat grind here. Yeah, it's a flat grind. I'm having to go back and relearn this knife. I'm sorry. It's been 2 years since I reviewed it. This nice wide primary grind allows for a fairly thin but tight secondary bevel, your edge bevel. And I think that this knife was about 18 or 19 thousandths behind the edge. That is a very utilitarian point, dividing between slicing and cutting for a utilitarian type of blade. It is nice and pointy. I think it's just an overall good design from the tip of the blade to the tail end of the handle. In this instance, the materials on this particular example with the micarta, that is very nice. It's been a joy to carry. It's been a joy to carry. I cannot, will not, do not recommend knives from Artisan Cutlery or CJRB. Now, I have heard from many people, including Jeffrey Orthopedic, about how great their Artisan Cutlery and CJRB knives are, how good the quality is, how good the performance is, all of that. And to that, I say that is absolutely 1,000,000,000% fantastic for you. The only thing I can base my opinion on is the multiple faulty examples I have personally had in my hands, including this knife. Even though I have come to love this design, I still cannot, absolutely cannot, and will not recommend this brand. And that is a damn shame. That's a damn shame. You know, there's a lot of crazy things in the knife world. This enthusiast community that we have between both the people that participate in the community and the manufacturers who supply products for our community. There are decisions made that just make me shake my head sometimes. And it is such a shame when a great design comes along and I review it and have nothing but positive to say about the design itself, but then have to absolutely not recommend the product because of manufacturer's issues. That it is such a shame. If you like a wider, thinner, sort of slab-sided type of profile in a full-size knife, it's very easy to carry and very comfortable to use. This is a great design. If you want to gamble with your whatever it is, $50, $60, $70 at different iterations of this knife, their sales points. If you want to gamble with that money, and your gamble is when you get this knife in, as far as my experience, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to have crazy lock, rock, and failure? Is it going to have so much flex in the grip that you literally cannot hold the knife at all without feeling the frame flex? Is it going to be off-centered? I mean, I've had all of these problems from various artisan CJRB knives. But I love this design. But I can't buy any more of their knives, or I won't buy any of their knives. 4 and out. 4 and out. That's it. That's it for Baz Arm Blades. I'm kind of embarrassed that it wasn't 3 and out. It should have been 3 and out, just like in baseball. But Baz Arm Blades, he gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. I've worked in manufacturing for 30 years of my life. I understand. But 4 out of 4 bad examples is too many, no matter how good the design is. I couldn't even give this knife away. Go back and watch the original video. That was my plan. I was going to put this in a giveaway. 100% done. 100% done. Until I went back and thought about it. And I thought, that could be a liability issue for Baz Arm Blades. I can't do it. I can't do it. So here we are, 2 years later, and I'm carrying the knife because it's such a good design. And I'm doing this video because it's such a good design. And I still can't recommend it. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So that gives everybody something to think about today. It gives Baz Arm Blades an easy entry back into making content when I've been away, for so long. And again, thank you to everybody, all of my subscribers. All this time that I've been off, I've not really been losing subscribers. And in internet content creator world, that is almost unheard of. Big, famous channels, if they stop making content, they will immediately start losing subscribers. And I really haven't lost that many subscribers. Maybe because I'm just a small channel. Maybe because I'm just that great. Maybe because I am the sexiest knife reviewer on the internet, bar none. That's what I'm saying. And I mean, it's my channel, so I can say that. Maybe whatever reason. For whatever reason, thank you to everybody that has stuck around for Baz Arm Blades. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.